The NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on wildcard week.
Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game.
Taken in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, it's the rookie out of North Carolina, Sam Howell.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against his secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Once more, Gibson.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. On the counter, Gibson.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Second down, Howell back to pass. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucks 39. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. A give up the middle to Gibson. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And nothing much materializing there in the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here, just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on 3rd down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what? That drive continues.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. First down, Howell to throw. This to McLaurin out on the left side. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Sly able to put this one through, and it's 3-0 Washington. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. Always fun to get a peek at Tom Brady as he gets in place to command this offense for Tampa Bay.
And I have to believe at his age, you savor situations like this because nobody knows better than he does that getting to the playoffs is simply not that easy. This is where he's got to call upon all of his knowledge of all the games he's played in the past, draw from it, and find a way to win a game. Because not only do you want to savor getting there, you also want to have success as well.
How about this? They'll try the option, left side.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
He completes it to Julio Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. The first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receiver.
And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, 39 yards. And the Bucks are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead. Extra point put through by Succop, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. From the 6. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Commanders' offense returning to the field. They bring the 5 seed into the playoffs. Of course, they're one of the wild card teams. And when you're a wild card team, it makes it a little bit tougher. You have to win the extra game. But there's been a precedent set of teams doing that successfully in the past.
And it's usually teams that have aspects that really jump out at you and are really factors in the playoffs. I mean, Pittsburgh, they rode a heavy run game with Jerome Bettis when they won in 2005. And then don't forget the Giants in 2007. That season, pass rush. Remember how big that was for them during the playoffs. And for Green Bay, it was the quarterback play of Aaron Rodgers. So to me, it's a matter of what's going to affect the game in a big way. Can that aspect of your team really make those plays?
This is caught inside the 15. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. And Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Powell on the QB sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Sam Howell scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Commanders have retaken the lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Tom Brady and the Bucks set to go back to work. He was 4-4 on that opening drive, including the touchdown pass, as they'll try again here to duplicate that success, starting with a first down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Underneath for Fournette. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. Now a play fake. Brady. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more.
A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
For the play fake, and now here's how to throw it.
And this is incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here's how to throw on 2nd down.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Bucks will get ready to go on offense.
Brady going to bring the Bucks up with a 1st and 10
at their own 19-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there.
Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. So out comes Washington's offense to take over.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Brady and the Bucks now with a 1st and 10
at their own 26. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 32 on the play. From the gun, it's Brady.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On second down, here's Fournette. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
Joe Tryon-Shoyinka in pursuit that time, and he gets the tackle for loss.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. That's a nice explosive play there, and this defense told us we have to have our eyes right on their RPO sets, and they did not have their eyes right.
I love that term, eyes right, meaning they have to be in the proper place and read your keys. And a smart thinking guy running an offense can see when you break down on that, and he took full advantage of it.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Al, he'll look to throw it.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown! Curtis Samuel, a 5-yard touchdown.
And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Well, the Bucks going to take over now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it. Down by 2 scores.
He'll set up the screen to Fournette. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Brady's saying let's go as he'll hustle him to the line. The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
This time they stay on the ground. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Jackson. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. One last shot before the break. Howell. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we come up. Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucks ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Montez Sweat. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. So Brady departs, and on it's Ryan Succop for the Buccaneer field goal. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And he missed it. It's no good. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Yeah, they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Pitching it out to Gibson. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Second down, Howell now. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is brought in at the 21. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Inside handoff now to Fournette. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Holding offense. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. One quarter remains in this NFC Wild. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. To throw is Brady. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard line. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Brady going to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Mike Evans, 31 yards. And the Bucks have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Succop. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And right now they're just looking for a little more cushion, trying to make this a 2-score game. Points here would go a long way, obviously, to propelling them into the next round.
And this is where the head coach, offensive coordinator, they've had to set.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Washington. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw here into the hands of Jones. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And it's 3rd and 4 now. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bucks try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the 4th quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line. Let's go now, let's go.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. One more time with Gibson. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Brady. His throw incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
The tight end, Cameron Brate, was the target. And now it's 3rd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Throwing now is Brady. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Now Brady got to have this one. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk. 17 yards there on 4th down. Now Brady again. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Brady to throw for it on 4th down. This complete to Jones. And he's going to have the Bucks 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Into the red zone, it's Brady. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, it's Brady. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They'll go with a big bank Fournette, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. They'll start with the option.
Powell sliding down, and he picks up the first on that play. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, that'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. And they'll indeed take a knee. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.